Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine update video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys and it goes an absolute massive way to help the channel too. Now, I'm a big fan of Warhammer Imperium magazine. I'm enjoying it. I'm not a big 40k player, but it is a nice bite-sized way of getting into 40k if you're not used to it. Now, with it being a parts-worth magazine, everything is spread out over the course of 80 issues, and I like to have a look into the future of what we're getting with the magazine. Now, I have done this many times on the channel already, and I did it with Mortal Realms, and I do it now with 40k, and I really enjoy doing it. All this information has been obtained from Warhammer.com. They are absolutely brilliant and their information is pretty much always 100% accurate, and yeah, they've come trumps again. So in the forthcoming issues, of course, we've got some really good stuff. So we have in issue 35, for instance, we already know this, but we have Tech Priest Engine Seer, a pretty decent model, and for your Adeptus Mechanicus range, a little bit different, with it being a single mini, but actually pretty handy. It's going to be quite fun to have around. Issue 36, we get that Necron Tombblade, another pretty cool model, very different. It's a flyer for the Necron range as well, so it should be pretty cool to have and quite enjoyable to kind of get going with and paint up. Paint it how you want. I'm sure you're going to get some really nice looks out of it, and yeah, could be pretty cool. Issue 37, we get some more scenery. We get the thermic plasma conduits, which are essentially just pipes that fit in with the heliotrope reactor that we've had not long ago, and it will add to your battlefield terrain and bits and pieces like that, so you can kind of spread it around, you can utilise it as cover, and a lot to it as well, so pretty good. It's going to be alright, it's not going to be too bad, and it could be quite fun to utilise in games. Issue 38 is a paint issue, so we get Uriel Yellow, and we also get Astro Granite, which is a texture paint, and we get the Citadel texture spreader as well, because it is going to come in handy if this is your first collection of good old Warhammer. So the way texture paints work is you can pop them on your base and it will come up in a very different texture. So for instance, I use Vallejo's ground texture, which kind of has a bit of a sandy, coarse consistency to it, and you can thicken it up. You can have it very thinly over the top, and it will be like a light dusting, and you can even layer it if you wanted to, so you can have like these little mounds of earth and stuff like that. With Mortal Realms, we had good old Sterling Mud, which does exactly the same and is also very handy because it gives you that kind of earth terrain and texture that you can have on your bases. Astro Granite is very much kind of similar style, so it is more of a space kind of idea behind it. It's very grey and uniform in its look, and the idea is that you can use it as for kind of Martian surfaces and kind of moon surfaces and stuff like that if you wish to as well. Very good. You are going to want a texture spreader for it as well, which is very handy because we get one with this issue, and that is because it will destroy brushes if you try to apply it with a brush. Use a texture spreader, makes it far better, far easier, and you can spread everything very nicely without it doing any damage to quite expensive brushes. So pretty good stuff. And then we actually have some really good stuff. So we have in issue 39, as revealed on Warhammer.com, we will get our second Cataphront Destroyer. Now, the way they've decided to do it is, instead of having all three of them once, or having one and then this final two at the same time, they have actually decided to spread it into 3 issues. It's not too bad though. With these kits, it might be worth picking up 2 copies of each issue, so then you can have Breachers as well as the Destroyers, and have an expanded Adeptus Mechanicus range if you wish to. Entirely up to you, but that is, in all honesty, kind of what I'm doing, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Entirely up to you, as I say. But either way, you can have a lot of good fun with these. They are really cool, and yeah, you can get some really good paint work out of it, so really good fun. Issue 40 is the same again, so we get that third Cataphront Destroyer or Breacher, whichever one you're making. Pretty cool.
so it's really spread out over 2 issues, and they've brought them in quite close. Now these are the last Adeptus Mechanicus minis that we get, if I remember rightly, with the magazine range. Still very handy to have though, because they are pretty cool. These tank tracked kind of cyborg units are pretty cool and quite enjoyable to build up and get going with as well. I've built mine, I've kind of started painting it, and I will get through more of it soon, but really good. It's not too bad, it's quite fun. Issue 41 though, we go back over to the Necron range and we get a pretty cool one. We get that Necron Chronomancer. So another HQ unit, pretty damn cool. It looks really nice. It is a pretty cool standalone figure that is pretty damn good, with its tentacle legged wizardry and stuff like that, which is pretty damn cool. I must admit, it looks really good. So definitely worth picking up this copy of that issue, just so you have that pretty cool looking unit out of it. And then issue 42 is one that I must admit I'm really looking forward to, and that is because it is the Adeptus Sororitas Canoness. So I didn't think they would bring in the Adeptus Sororitas this soon. I thought we'd have a couple more Space Marines and then it would go back. Then it would go over to the Adeptus Sororitas. But no, they are bringing the Adeptus Sororitas, which are brilliant units. So this is not the standard Canoness that you can pick up at the moment. This is the one that came in the 2019 Sisters of Battle Army set, and it currently isn't available anywhere else, as much as we can make out. It is a really nice mini. It's our first Adeptus Sororitas as well, which I must admit I'm looking forward to getting. I really like them. The aesthetic of the Adeptus Sororitas are pretty damn cool, and yeah, definitely one I'm really looking forward to. So really good stuff. It's also really nice that we're getting the start of our Adeptus Sororitas range as well. So we will get some Sisters of Battle later on. We'll get a couple of other bits and pieces as well, which could be really good fun to have. I guess if I will spread this out over the course of 15 to 20 issues as much as possible. So this will take us up into the late 60s, and then we'll get more Space Marines and the last few bits as well, which will be really good stuff though. Personally, a lot to look forward to, a lot to enjoy, and a lot of painting schemes to kind of work out precisely. So I'm looking forward to getting going with this. Let me know what you think in the description down below. I would love to hear back from you, and it goes an absolute massive way to help the channel too, as I always say. And with that, I'm going to let you get back on with your day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.